Did you know, according to a recent statistics, you will averagely spend 20 years of your life on social media if you're not careful? That's really alarming. I'm imagining someone who has 50 years to live and they'll spend 20 on social media. 20 scrolling your phone. That is what you want to talk about. We want to talk about healthy social media usage. We are going to look at that and what are some of the things that we might need to change going forth, and also how can you use social media for good. My name is Erica Okeo, and once again, welcome to another exciting episode of Talk, Share, and Inspire. And of course, I'm joined with guests here today. Probably one of them is a lover of social media, and the other one, a moderate lover of social media, and we want to see about that. So once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Happy to have you once again. I've said once again so many times. So please introduce yourself.
My name is Yvonne Alfreda. I'm a music teacher, health and wellness consultant, and yes,
A content
creator and a social media lover.
Awesome.
Yes.
Lover is the word.
Yes.
Okay, noted. Yes, Migok.
Migok Misau is my name. I'm a Christian counselor. I'm also a mental health advocate. But people call me Migok Misau, but God calls me son.
Hey, God's favorite son.
Tamini daughter.
I call myself God's favorite daughter. Hey, I just found the God's favorite son today. Okay, so yeah, let's go into this conversation of social media.
Yes.
You know why this conversation is important to us today? We are not taking technology. Technology is not going anywhere. It is here with us, all right? And we've already seen that we are going to spend 20 years of our life on social media. I think that's really worrying. Yeah, but then let's see how can we leverage social media for good now that it's here with us and it's not going anywhere. Okay, so I'll start with you, Yvonne. What are some of the social media, are you on social media? You are?
Everything.
Instagram,
Facebook,
X,
Twitter.
No, it's X these days.
Twitter. Old school. Twitter, X. TikTok. TikTok.
You're there. Wow.
Sisitizo. TikTok.
You're on TikTok.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, all of them.
You're on WhatsApp.
Yes.
And WhatsApp business.
Yes.
Pinterest. Wow.
All of them.
Ish.
And
Canva.
by the way, I'm in Canva.
I'm also on Canva.
I'm in Canva.
For
Canva
graphic
is good.
design.
I wanted to know if you know what Canva is.
Canva does everything. Just taking over right now. In fact, many people are losing their business.
Yes.
Because even if you're not a designer,
Yes.
Canva will do that for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has templates. Yes. Migok, are you on social media?
I'm in social media. Let me tell you something. Fun fact. I wanted, back in the days, I think I'm in 2008, I wanted to take down Facebook.
You wanted to take down Facebook?
Yes, here in Kenya. So I started.
You sat down and you saw Mark Zuckerberg and you're like, I'm coming for you.
I was chat there. I think I was in third year, very, very elated with technology. And I remember with my friend, take it down in the sense that come up with one that is a competitor.
Oh, wow.
So we called it Friends. I remember I was a designer. I'm a designer enthusiast. I've not really studied on design, but I enjoy. And I put up even a nice logo. It was called Friends. And we started it with a friend of mine. I remember we even launched it.
In your dorm?
No. We launched it in somewhere in Westlands. Yeah, and we even called people. Yes.
What?
And I remember even selling my laptop so that we can go to pay up one of the artists because unfortunately we were not able to meet the amount of money that was supposed to be for that. So looking backwards, I remember there was even MySpace. Just before Facebook.
Yes.
So Facebook came and by storm, everybody embraced it. So yes, I'm in Facebook. I'm stuck there. I've tried to embrace Instagram. I'm also in Twitter. I've been unable to get into TikTok. I've really struggled to get into it because
you've tried, but you've struggled.
Yes,
you're struggling.
It's too fast. Everything is just going so fast.
Right? Before you even absorb that video, there's something else. Before you absorb that one, there's a new trend. Yes. Before you practice that much for that trend, there's another one.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I get that. I'm also on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. No, am I on Twitter? I'm not so much on Twitter.
YouTube.
Well, I have Twitter. Yeah, I think I spend a lot of my time on YouTube. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. As for TikTok, because I speak to young people a lot, I joined TikTok just to, I thought it's good for me to get to know what's going on. Yes, if that's for example, you see older people, like right now,
The
for
millennials.
instance, my mother, not we are millennials.
Yes.
Before millennials, they were boomers.
Yes.
So like our parents are boomers. So right now, boomers are on Facebook.
Yeah.
But Gen Z, who are coming after millennials,
They
are
can't.
not on Facebook.
Yes.
In fact, if they hear you're on Facebook, they're like,
Oh,
it's not
these are
giving.
grandmothers.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's not giving.
It's not giving. That's what they say. I was actually supposed to have one of them on set, but I hope we can do this next time.
Yeah.
And then we have Twitter. Like lots of millennials and
Yes.
boomers love Twitter.
Yeah.
Gen Z, I don't think they find Twitter interesting.
Yeah.
And then a lot of Gen Z are actually on TikTok.
Yes.
Because someone said that this generation is a microwave generation.
Microwave.
They like fast things.
Yeah.
They don't
30
have time
seconds,
for
done.
Yeah, they're like, they wonder, how do you stay on YouTube for 30 minutes and actually watch a 1 hour 30 minutes video
Yes,
comfortably?
yes.
But then they want 3
Quickly.
seconds,
Very fast.
actually 60 seconds as you go. Wow. So we all are on TikTok. Yvonne, which of those platforms do you
There's also
find?
LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, there's
business.
I'm actually
For
on
business.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think right now it's my current favorite platform.
Yeah.
Hey, you're focused.
Yeah.
No, that tells us that she's looking for some job somewhere.
Yeah, she's
Maybe I'm the employer. You
maybe, and is looking for you.
I'm looking for you. So tell me, which of those platforms have you found beneficial?
Beneficial for my business. It has been interestingly Facebook
Facebook. Okay.
and TikTok. Now, for the kind of things I deal with supplements and all that. Facebook has the elderly people who have the
ones who
money
need
and who want
supplements.
to sell.
They have a higher buying
buying power, and they are on Facebook.
Are you saying that TikTokers, the Gen Zs
TikTokers, they like fun, but spending money.
It's where they draw the line.
Yes, unless they're spending money on things that are just fleeting, tiny little things, but things that really matter, Facebook. Now, interestingly, my sister is an advocate, and she's using AI to get, what is it called? Healthcare.
Yeah.
She has something called Evercare. And what do? You use social media to send, to buy a package so that you can be able to get help in places where people don't have doctors. So you can get a doctor online and things like that.
Okay.
She's gotten a lot of following on TikTok, which is very interesting because why this generation is AI oriented and all that.
Yes.
They want things that are chap. They also want to save time. They don't have the time. So TikTok works for that, and also Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay. So LinkedIn for you, Facebook, TikTok, those three.
And also Instagram.
All right.
Yes.
You are struggling to get TikTok and Instagram.
Maybe I should get in.
But you should, because very many people who are crying all the time about mental health. You are who?
TikTok.
A counselor. Yes. A Christian counselor.
You know, actually,
they are all on TikTok.
Yes. You know, we'll get back to that as we try to see how can we leverage such platforms for good.
Yes. And
So
I think this session will also help me so that I can be able to be motivated to jump into
TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are all on social media. We've all seen negative and positive impacts of them. I'd say one that I noticed that was a negative impact. I think I'll just mention one positive, one negative. One positive impact is you're able to get information very fast.
Yes.
I personally struggle with watching news. I struggle to watch news.
TV.
But if I want to know what's going on, I just go to Google or
this VOD,
yes.
on demand.
Yes,
You just Google and you'll find the information.
or I see what's trending.
Yes.
There's that part, and then there is the other side of that's why when I read that statistics of you'll spend 20 years of your life on social media, I was extremely worried.
Yes.
Because I have been a victim sometimes of just aimlessly scrolling and what
In the middle of the night.
Yes. Say something about the scrolling part. Now from the psychology viewpoint, usually there are neurons in our brains, and we have two areas of the brain that actually make a decision. There is the frontal lobe, and where it's responsible of judgment and making decisions. Then there's also the limbic system. Now the limbic system is responsible to the feelings, the impulses and emotions that we have. Yeah. So the more you actually spend your time on screen, yeah, the more the limbic system becomes stronger than the frontal lobe.
And we use frontal lobe for thinking and reasoning,
And even making
decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your frontal lobe is weaker, then it means that you'll constantly be making wrong decisions or decisions that you're regretting.
That's quite.
It also means that you'll be doing what the body wants and not what the mind wants. Yeah. And that is why
TikTok.
we need to be very, very, very aware of the consumption that we take. Then also, as you scroll, science has also proven that the more you continue scrolling, the more your neurons are weakened. And so you're not able to concentrate so well. And that is why sometimes your concentration span becomes so short.
And then we all
30 seconds.
And then you're like, we have ADHD, we have attention deficit
It's because
disorder.
of too much screen time.
Yes.
And this includes gaming, it includes TV, it includes the how do you call this thing? I've forgotten the name of the game, but you put it in your eyes, then it's like you're in a world.
Virtual reality.
Yes.
VR.
It includes all those. So we have to be very, very careful of how we are consuming social media. Otherwise, we will grow very weak in terms of our mental capacity, and that affects us. Then we end up getting to depression, or you desire to be affirmed in social media, so that if you post something and it's not liked, you feel bad about it.
Yes. And something else that I want, you guys have been on social media. Have you ever, you see, social media has this thing of making you feel like you know someone.
Yes.
You feel like, I know that person, and you actually don't. And I'd like
Maybe
to
you want
know.
to start a conversation.
Yes. And then you see the likes and comments can give you some kind of strength. You might feel like you're
And a
famous.
sense of belonging.
Yes. So I want to know, have you ever posted something on social media and you got so much backlash? Have you had that experience?
Not really, but I have friends of mine who are celebrities on TikTok, and I know very well they have people who comment negatively about it, and weirdly, I actually get really angry about it because they are my friends, they are my personal friends, and I get really frustrated. I'm like, why would you take time and just unleash anger on someone's page? You took your time and actually just unleashed negative comments, all bad luck, everything. They're just speaking, they're spewing evil on someone's page, someone that they don't actually know what you are talking about. They don't know.
Maybe they're projecting.
I have never gotten backlash, thank God, but I've suffered a self-esteem issue when something was not liked the way I wanted it to be liked. I was like, and then someone comes and posts the same thing after you, and they're getting thousands and thousands of likes and followers.
Yes.
And you're like, hey, Kwani, what's wrong with me? Now you start asking yourself, there's a problem with me.
Did you caption it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But there was a problem with me. Now it starts messing up with my mind. And did you notice that every time we go on social, especially TikTok, it's in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
At night.
Why so though?
Just before you sleep.
Just before you sleep, so you relax, like, okay, what is happening?
Then
So
you
you start scrolling, and now that also messes up with your sleep pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you start watching depressing things, and then you absorb it. When you absorb it, when you go to sleep, it goes to your subconscious. You start feeling those things that are happening.
Or even dreaming.
Yes. It is very
So
interesting.
you already have a negative attitude that you cannot command your mind.
Yes,
The way we
yes.
said it another time. Have you had backlash on social media?
Yes, I have.
Tell us about
the time I was discussing about the law of God, and it didn't go so well with a certain pastor in an evangelical, where he was preaching about the grace of God, and that the law was done. We don't need the law and stuff like that. So we had a long conversation. At some point, we even got into the state of the dead and what happens when people die and so on. So we went back and forth, and then I realized that we were just arguing and there's nothing that is happening. Yeah, that was just an example of one.
a backlash? I've seen such kind of posts, and I'm those people. You post something, I will go to the comment
section
before I will finish like reading the video and just watch the drama. And I'm also trying to think, I don't think I have personally experienced backlash on social media, but I've experienced like posting something and not receiving as much like as I had anticipated. And I was like, this was good content.
Yes.
You can't see.
And then they like the ones that don't even make sense.
According to you.
Yes.
Definitely.
But also,
They don't make sense.
it's an opportunity for you to assess yourself and ask yourself, why is it that you're seeking for affirmation?
Yes.
The area where people are not real.
This one is turning this social to a therapy to us.
Because sometimes you want gratification.
Yes.
That gratification, is it possible that you can get it a natural way? Is it possible that I can tell you, I like what you said, more than when
Like
somebody
it,
comes
like
1 hour later and they've just liked
Emoji.
But then, you know, sometimes I've noticed, like, even when people like posts, it's subconscious. It's not that they're actually really thinking about it.
Or they don't even watch.
Yes.
Oh, it is Migok.
Yes,
You've not even
Let
watched.
me tell you something about that. There's a scientist actually who told me, not told me, but in a certain video I was watching, he's a programmer. So wakina Mark Zuckerberg actually tasked so many programmers to be able to come up with as many applications as possible, so that they can be able to throw them on Facebook. So that if you like Candy Crush, you'll go for Candy Crush. If you like something else, maybe.
Also, that is what happens
Yes.
with the adverts.
So the apps are actually directed to you,
Like you
because
just innocently on
there's an
Instagram and you see a
algorithm.
dating app.
Yes,
It's not
exactly.
on YouTube listening to a song.
so there's an
So you
algorithm
comment.
that actually goes with what you are interested in.
Yes.
And so if you like it or you spend so much time there, the system will pick that. And so you'll constantly be there. And that is what makes social media become addictive. Because you keep on going back to the same thing over and over
again.
Now, the owners of social media know that.
Wow.
And that is what keeps them in
That is
business.
what they build on. Yeah.
Wow.
So now we've already
Do they
seen.
care about your mental health?
Of
Do they
course
care
they
when you
don't.
get addicted? No.
They get the money.
They get about their money.
Yes.
So the more I am on social media, the more they get the money.
Yes.
So far we have deduced that social media can have its positive and negative impacts. I can get information, but on this other end, it might affect my self-esteem and lead to mental health problems. So it goes without saying that we need to set boundaries.
Yes.
We need to draw lines. This is where I draw my. This is where the
Boundaries,
line.
yeah.
Where is the line?
Where is the
Going
line
back to the
and the
principle
line?
of temperance.
The lie and the line.
Where is
Going
the
back-
line?
Where is the line? When will you say enough is enough? Like, I've had enough, it's time to take a break. Because you said your frontal lobe has been affected.
Yeah.
So when do you know when to say stop?
You must be aware.
Yeah. So, for instance, there's a time when I first scrolled TikTok, I felt overstimulated.
Yeah.
After leaving TikTok, I could not sleep.
Wow.
Yes. After that scrolling, I felt like so many things were going through my mind and I could not get to sleep. So at that point I didn't know that was being overstimulated. I, for one, I'm a very good, me and Google, we are besties. So I was like, why can't I sleep after scrolling TikTok? So that's when I learned that is actually called overstimulation. So yeah, you will learn, you will feel like you're overstimulated, your behaviors will begin to change. And I think another way to notice is, let's say if I was supposed to be doing something at that time, I was supposed to be preparing for an exam or for an episode, and I'm on social media. That's when you know I have misplaced priorities.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to add to that.
Okay. I'm also thinking that it's important to just have a routine. So whenever you have a routine of doing things, you can say, okay, fine, I'll give myself 1 hour for social media. By the way, for information, it's important for you to note that between the age of 2 years or 3 years to around 18 years, research has also said that a majority of people, almost over 40% of those children, spend their time on social media. Either they're listening to music, or they're checking video, or they're playing video games, or cartoons. So if your child is in that space, and then maybe this is also to the viewers, let us be very, very careful in what the child is consuming.
Yes.
Try to put them in a routine and let them know that TV time is between this time and this time.
The rest go and play outside.
Let them go and play football. Let them go for swimming. Let them interact.
Yes.
Because sometimes with this social media, it makes you to become very, very introverted.
Yes.
You even lack the social skills or the ability to be able to respond to people, but you're very noisy on social media. Yeah, so
They call them keyboard warriors.
yes. So I think, so I think maybe I'd mentioned the routine. I'd also mentioned being intentional, so that you can prioritize. You had mentioned about the priority aspect. There's also the aspect of know what you're going to get in social media. Like me personally, when I go to social media, either I'm going for a documentary. I like wildlife and nature, so I'll go and study more about birds and animals and stuff like that. I think there's always an object lesson from it.
Actually,
or a sermon.
So
just know.
Let's pivot that conversation to the point of how can we use social media for good, positive uses of social media, because it's not bad at the end of the day. Yes, I think through social media I've met very informative content. So let's talk about those positive uses of social media. Yvonne, you're on social media, you have a business.
Yes, you will get clients worldwide through social media.
Yeah, the
if
one
you're
is
in
a global
business
village.
Yes, if you're a preacher, you can reach as many people as possible through social media than television. If you're trying to pass any message that is important, you can use that and even boost that particular message to reach as many people as possible.
Yes.
You can also save lives through social media. We've seen people who are fundraising through social media. They're trying to help someone. If someone is lost, you can easily find them through social media before the newspaper for tomorrow comes out. So yes,
control.
social media can be able to do more good than harm.
Yes. So you just need to know. So you can drive business, you can create positive content.
Yes.
So how about you?
I think maybe just to add on, I can say that with social media, we have different forms of social media, and they are there for a different reason. So if, for example, it is LinkedIn, for example, it's business. That means you have an opportunity for you to make use of it so that you can be able to get a job. So there's also that approach. It's important for you to understand, why am I going to social media? What am I going to do? That way you become intentional in consuming the correct information. Also, maybe to also say that even research has also brought out the fact that WhatsApp is the most used platform. Many people on WhatsApp.
To pass messages and everything.
And even status.
And even status.
To get
conversations,
updating people on what's going on. So we are deducing so far that social media is not really bad. You just need to set boundaries. You need to, I think something else that I've had constantly is, if you're someone who has an aim, live I was going to say an aimful life, but I'm not sure if that's good English, but just have aim. Have aim or purpose.
Objectivity.
Objectivity. Live a purposeful life. So if I'm living a purposeful life, I for sure know that this is not time to be on social media. Or if I am going on social media, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check trends. So if I am creating content,
you know what to create.
Yes.
And also to save lives. To save lives. There are stories that have been used to save lives.
To save lives, for sure. Okay. So maybe just a parting shot as we close this, because I'm very worried about unfortunately, the older we grow, the worse things become, right? And right now, if we are worried about social media, how about 10 years later, right? So what are some of the tips you can give to a young person to use social media, like to have healthy habits on social media? I'll start with you then.
Going back to the principle of the Bible, 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31, that says, whatever that you eat, whatever that you drink, whatever that you do, do it to the glory of God. So when you go to social media, ask yourself, how am I glorifying God with what I have? If you're a content creator, look at the content that you're creating. Use it for God's glory. If you like journaling or you like writing articles, use it to glorify God. And that way I think you will make good use of social media, and you stand a better chance to still spread the love of God. I also want to leave our viewers with a quote that I once read in a book that is very interesting. I'm currently reading it. It's called Adventist Home. This is what the author says, that avoid reading, seeing, or hearing that which will suggest impure thoughts.
Wow.
All right. Avoid reading, seeing,
Or
hearing that which will
suggest impure thoughts. Yes.
The writer's mind was bringing out the aspect of whatever that you take in is what will come out. And that is also very, very biblical.
Impure thoughts can be like lustful
Exactly.
desires, giving you ideas on drug abuse and whatnot. Yes.
Exactly. So, and going back to the Bible again, Matthew chapter 9 verse 15, whatever that you take in can defile or make yourself to be pure. So if you take bad things, it will defile. If you take good things, then you'll be pure. All right? So my encouragement to everybody right now is that let's guard our senses, because social media is about hearing, it's about seeing, it's about taking in. Make sure that you take in the right thing so that you can make your mental space to be healthy.
Thank you so much for that.
He has reminded me
powerful and
of
thought-provoking.
some monkey. There's a monkey picture. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
I've seen that.
Monkey see, monkey
do.
is deep. But apart from that, there's something in computers. They say garbage in, garbage out. Whatsoever you receive, you perceive, or whatsoever you put in will come out of you. Whatsoever you feed your mind will come out of you. Whatsoever you see, you hear, and you speak of comes out of you from what you feed your body. So feed your body with good stuff. And remember, positivity is good. You don't have to use social media for negative information, passing negative information, breaking homes.
Oh, you're talking about people who love trolling
and
who
all
love
that.
keyboard warriors who can just go and tell you the way you have such a big forehead. You know,
body
stuff like
shaming.
that. Oh yes,
Yes.
I just
Use social media for
Cyberbullying.
positivity. If it is positive, if it will build, if it will uplift someone, use that for the glory of God.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amen.
Thank you so much. I love this conversation. We have seen that social media is not evil in itself. The only problem is, how are you using social media? You should learn how to cultivate good habits, set your boundaries, and live a purposeful life. May God bless you, and see you once again in another episode of Talk, Share, and
Inspire.
Bye-bye.
Bye.